Hello students, welcome to the EVS class. Today we are going to discuss the second part of the lesson green plants. In the first part we learned about the parts of a leaf. We also learned about the process of photosynthesis. So what is photosynthesis? Photosynthesis is the process by which the food is prepared by the green leaves for the entire plant. So students, the process of photosynthesis takes place in the green leaves. But there are some plants which do not have leaves, or there are some plants which do not have green leaves. So today we are going to discuss about such unusual plants. So some unusual plants. Unusual means they have something different than these regular green plants. Maybe they do not have leaves, or if they are having the leaves are not green. Then what do you feel? How maybe they preparing their food? Yes, today we are going to discuss about such plants only. So the plants like cactus, croton, dodder, mould, mushroom, these are some of the unusual or different plants. So the moulds, the mushroom, they do not have green leaves. So what do you feel? How they might be preparing food? These plants like moulds and mushrooms, they do not prepare their own food, but they get the food from the dead and rotten plants and animals. Earlier these plants were considered as plants, but now they are given a new category or a separate category. The moulds and the mushrooms, they are called as fungi. And the cactus, the croton and the dodder, they are also having something unusual, something different than the regular green plants. So I will show you now how these cactus, croton, dodder are different from the regular green plants.
This is a cactus plant. It does not have any leaves. It has spines which are also called as thorns. It has a thick and fleshy green stem, and this plant makes its food in its fleshy stem by the process of photosynthesis. These plants are found mostly in the desert areas. This is a croton plant. You can see the leaves of this plant are reddish and yellow in color. These leaves have the pigment chlorophyll in them, but because of a red pigment which is present in these leaves, the green color of the chlorophyll is hidden. Such leaves make food by the process of photosynthesis. This is a dodder plant. It is a parasitic plant. Parasitic means it depends on other plants. The green leaves are the host plant, and the climber that you can see all around is the dodder plant. It is found hanging over other plants. It cannot make its own food, and so it depends on the host plant for its food.
Students, you did see how the plants like croton, cactus, dodder, they are different from the green plants. Now let us move on to the next point, that is energy flow in organisms. We all know that the sun is the main source of energy in this world. So each and every living thing requires energy. Energy in the form of food. The plants are the only living things which make their own food. Animals and human beings depend on others for their food. So how does the energy flow in the organisms? Energy in the sense of food. So plants prepare their own food. These plants are eaten up by the herbivorous. Herbivorous animals are the animals that eat only plants and grass like rabbit, deer. So plants are eaten up by these herbivorous animals or herbivores. Then these herbivores like rabbit, deer, these animals are eaten up by the carnivores. Carnivores means the animals that eat the flesh of other animals. For example, lion, tiger. So the plants are eaten by the herbivores. The herbivores are eaten up by the carnivores. And this is how the energy flows from a plant, that is a producer, to the herbivores. And the herbivores are then eaten by the carnivores, and the energy flows on from one organism to the other organism, and this is how the food chain is formed. So what is a food chain? A food chain is the flow of energy in the form of food from one organism to another. So food chain is the flow of energy in the form of food from one organism to the other organism, and when this cycle gets complete, it is called as the food chain. So also we know that always the food chain always begins with a plant, because the plants prepare their own food. The plants, they do not depend on any other organism for their food, but the plants prepare their own food by the process of photosynthesis. Now let us move on to the next point, that is interdependence of plants and animals. So all the plants and the animals present in our surroundings are depending on each other. The plants, they provide food and oxygen to the animals, whereas the animals, they provide carbon dioxide to the plants for their survival and preparing of food. So all the plants and all the animals, they are depending on each other. They are interdependent. If there are no plants, the animals can't survive. In the similar way, if there are no animals, the plants also cannot survive. And the next point, that is balance in nature, is also totally depending on the plants and the animals. So balance in nature. So the number of plants and the number of animals should be balanced. If what happens, suddenly the number of plants increases, then what will happen? The animals will not be able to provide carbon dioxide to so many plants. In the similar way, if the number of animals increases suddenly, the plants, they will not be able to provide oxygen and food to the increased number of animals. So it is very necessary that the balance should be there in the number of animals and in the number of plants. If the balance is maintained, it will be easier for the plants as well as the animals for survival. And so the protection of plants and animals is important. So you have to protect the plants, the trees. Nowadays, the cutting of trees is taking place on a large scale, but it is not good for our nature. Cutting of trees, cutting of plants should be stopped. Deforestation should be stopped, and people should start planting more and more trees and follow afforestation. Similarly, hunting of animals also is done on a large scale for the flesh. Maybe the elephants are killed for their tusk. Some animals are killed for their skin. But what is happening? This is disturbing the ecosystem, or this is disturbing the nature cycle. So it is very necessary that we take care, or we protect the trees, protect the plants as well as protect the animals. So this was the entire lesson about green plants. We learned about the green plants. We learned about the process of photosynthesis. We also learned how plants and animals, they are depending on each other for their survival. And the main point is that we should take care and we should protect these trees and animals. This is really going to help to have a good and beautiful nature and a good ecosystem.